What's up, family? Get this video a big thumbs up. So the left is coping really well with Donald Trump's win, and they are accepting of the election results. But most importantly, the people have spoke, right? We, the people, have spoke. They are ready to have a powerful transfer of power, and if you believe that, then I have a bridge to sell you, because the derangement continues. Now, this is what they want, even though there's multiple things they want, as they always speaking about, or speaking out of their behind, so to say, and they're not matching each other. One person want this, another person want that. They're throwing each other under the bus. They're blaming American people. They're blaming black people, Latino people, every single person but themselves in a desperate attempt to, I don't know, I guess this is going to do something for them. So as you guys can see on the screen, this article says Kamala Harris, ex-communications director, says Biden should resign in wild scheme to make her first female president, turn tables on Trump. Mind you, family, that is wild to me. You know what I'm saying? That they're just so in denial that they took a L, and they're so used to being in power that they cannot fathom the very thing that they lost. But most importantly, family, I want you guys to check this out. Don't hear it from me, but you can hear it for themselves, as they are their own demise.
That's my question. I'll start with you.
Joe Biden's been a phenomenal president. He's lived up to so many of the promises he's made. There's one promise left that he could fulfill, being a transitional figure. He could resign the presidency in the next 30 days, make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
Whoa.
It would absolve her from being able to, from having to oversee the January 6th transition, right, of her own defeat. And it would make sure that it would dominate the news at a point where Democrats have to learn drama and transparency and doing things that the public want to see is the time. This is the moment for us to change the entire perspective of how Democrats
Okay, this
operate.
has now jumped from an internet meme to a Sunday morning show.
Jamal's out here right now.
Congratulations.
Season of House of Cards.
I thought you were going to say, what about the Supreme Court? That's also out there.
Well, the Supreme Court might happen. I don't know if it will, but
This man is a total idiot, another Democrat plantation shill that thinks that this is somehow going to work. I mean, we all know that Biden voted for Trump, right? We all know that he wore the mega hat. And most importantly, you believe this man, out of all people, right? This man, I mean, he was happy about the election results. I mean, I'm sure you guys see him spoke at the podium. He looked younger than ever before. He could not stop smiling. But this fool actually thinks that somehow let's install this again, okay? They want to keep installing presidents, right, in their mind. And they don't want there to be a democracy, as they claim, even though they live in a constitutional republic. No one's trying to save democracy, because democracy does not exist in the USA. But again, I digress. But he actually thinks Joe Biden has carried out, and that Biden done a great job as president. And this man, we should listen to. Like, what? Does he think that Biden, who has been knifed by the entire Democratic apparatus, by Kamala Harris, us the people, and by even celebrities? I mean, George Clooney was the first person to go out there and destroy him. That he now somehow is going to end his presidency by installing her, even though they tried to destroy him, and now they're even blaming him for the election results, and he's supposed to care? I mean, the man is down and out. I mean, look at him. Look at him, guys. He's down and out. He's the walking dead. He can barely function at this point. And we're supposed to believe this man is going to do that? He can't even walk on his own. But you guys don't care, because the elder abuse continues with the hypocrites. Anything to try to keep power and get tokenism and symbolism. First of all, she's not black, okay? Kamala Harris is not black. So stop saying she will be the first black president, okay? She will not, okay? And it's questionable, is she a woman? Because most of you don't know how to define it. But that's not, really what this is about, right? But what they really hope to do with all the indictments and all the things against Trump is to disqualify him from even becoming president. And this is the thing that has been growing on social media, and is showing clearly what their plans are. So check this out, family.
Shall be a senator or representative in Congress or elected president shall have engaged an insurrection. That's why it was so important for the FBI to instigate January 6th, and that's why Nancy Pelosi made sure there wasn't any National Guard or security there, and the rest of the cops took the gates away and the fences away, and they swung the doors wide open.
Jamie Raskin in Congress has said, let people vote for Trump if they want. We're not going to certify his election anyway. So he may be elected, but we're not going to let him be inaugurated.
Because they're going to invoke that clause from the 14th Amendment saying Trump incited an insurrection. Here he is saying it.
It's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in civil war conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the great 14th Amendment means. Civil war conditions, all because
all because you went against the Constitution and inserted your pre-chosen candidate. That's why. That's why you're going to need bodyguards, and that's why there's going to be a civil war, because you motherfuckers are undermining the Constitution like you've done since 2016, when a guy who wasn't pre-selected by the war machine and the deep state won the goddamn election, and you didn't see it coming. Those exact same establishment, war machine, Wall Street, establishment, deep state motherfuckers, and that's what he's planning on doing. I'm not making this up.
This was in June 2020, being organized by military, intelligence, State Department, and high-level political operatives from both sides of the aisle. Again, both the former heads of the both major political parties, who were both anti-Trump. And one of the most consequential moves in their war game for how to make sure Biden was inaugurated, even if Trump was elected, was that Team Biden role played by no less than John Podesta, who would then occupy this very senior slot in the Biden administration, White House.
So they did a role play on this, just like they did Project 201 when they role played COVID, and it worked out just like they role played it. They did another role play of how they would deal with Donald Trump winning re-election. And that's what the establishment doesn't want, a guy who they can't control. And so they're going to use the 14th Amendment, instigate something like that so they could do something like this. And believe me, they're thinking about other ways to do this, if not blatantly outright flipping votes. There's no video that shows they're flipping votes for Donald Trump. It's always the other way.
And of course, these brain dead people don't bother looking up the facts. They don't really care about the facts. It's all about their feelings and what possibilities they can do, on top of the hopium and the joy, right? Joy comes in the morning. But just a quick look on political fact, as you guys can see, and they would know the truth. But that's far reach for these liberats, right? So, however, the article says Congress tried barring Trump from office under 14th Amendment, but it likely won't, right? And just think about it, folks. Just think about it for a second. As we scroll down, right, and this is in your time is short, or if your time is short, because we all, work on a time schedule. However, and I don't want to borrow too much of you guys' time anymore, but it goes on to say Section 3 of the U.S. Constitution's 14th Amendment prohibits anyone who engaged in insurrection against the U.S. from holding federal or state office. And this is what their whole thing is based on, that they could do this and they can act on this because Trump was charged with insurrection and he was found guilty of that. Really? Well, the U.S. Supreme Court in March ruled that the rules enforcement must come through an act of Congress, at least by legal scholars' interpretations of ruling. Also, there's no sign Congress will enforce Section 3 to stop President-elect Donald Trump from becoming the next president. And he was not actually found guilty of insurrection. So all of this going out the window, okay? But the other argument is, well, he's a felon, and a felon can actually become a president. Well, looky here, folks. I got something to show you. The 14th Amendment doesn't ban felons from taking office. Fact check. So at the end of the day, family, I won't even bother with the details because we already knew this, but they just seem to miss the memo. And I think if you just watch MSDNC all day or CNN, you're just going to just believe whatever they want to spew out or spot out or whatever And it may seem as true, or, well, it must be true, because if you watch these mainstream media or operations, these corporations are just places of disinformation and misinformation and outright lies, okay? And that they work as an arm of the DNC to get their political candidate, as they like to pay the way, I should say, because they think that throwing all their money at TV ads was going to get Kamala elected, but they truly seen the other result, which was the red wave. That's why it was a red wave and a red sweep in the first place, and Donald Trump definitely mopped the floor with her. But they basically work as an arm to favor whoever they want to favor and pay their way to get voted in. And if you don't believe me, this is how you know they paid the way. Look at Bernie Sanders, the longest standing senator in Vermont. They're not backing him as much as they did incompetent DEI Kamala Harris, right? So it's not working for them. And this is why they're so enraged, because they cannot believe, family, that they lost. You know what I'm saying? They can't believe that they lost, and they couldn't sway the American people. But regardless of all that, they have no power, because this has no tooth, okay? And this is going to go nowhere. It's just another fruitless effort from the Democrats to try to do something, just like they did with Kamala Harris' entire campaign, with the foolishness and consensual word salad, and couldn't answer basic questions and didn't even know the basic economics. That's why she supported foolishly Bidenomics, family. But with no further ado, give this video a big thumbs up. I hope you guys got some value from me. And if you did and you truly appreciated this video and really loved this video, don't feel bad and don't be left out. Join the family, subscribe to the family, give this video a big thumbs up. Let the love supersede the hate. Spread that peace, love, and positivity. Until next time, family, peace.